Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Alrighty guys, if you saw the last episode of Right Now at Rockstar Garage, you would have seen Beej lose some of his horsepower from his precious AP1 here.
And lose some of his mind.
And he lost some of his mind. As anyone should, you know, if that happened to them. James, when's the last time you did a compression test on a car?
Yesterday, actually. Inside the manifolds, the intake
No,
manifold?
inside the hose. This hose feels
okay.
really gummy, like there's oil's been running through.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is any oil going to come out, you think, when I take it off?
No oil will come out. What I'm saying is, I just want to see if the inside's coated with a liner of oil.
Yeah.
It's not very good.
What do you think, Katie? Tell me. It looks kind of dry, doesn't it?
No, it's wet.
Is
a
it?
little bit. That's wet, dude. It's dry where it was sitting on this.
Oh, no, and that's wet on here, too. I could feel like the oil.
Yeah, but if you look inside the hose, past where the barb sits on here, like past here, it's wet.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because it's really flimsy.
It's pulling oil through. It's burning oil because it's sucked in through the valve cover. If you look in there with a light, plus the hose is all soft. But if you look in there with a light past the barb, it's wet. It's soaked. Intake side. So now it's pulling oil through. Even though you checked your cash cans and yeah, they were kind of empty.
Yeah.
It was still lined with like a coating, and that's all in the lines. So these things, I would take these lines off and put filters.
We got some that we're going to put on if you want to do that.
Yeah, at least something burning oil.
Alright,
You want to do it?
Yeah.
That'll affect because your spark plugs have a lot of carbon on it.
What's going on, guys? Beej from Rockstar Garage here. Right now at Rockstar Garage, as you can see, we have my S2000 under the knife. If you haven't seen our last video, we took my car to the dyno after break-in, had a couple new parts on it, expecting to make a little bit more power than last time. Unfortunately, we were down about 20-25 horsepower at the end of it. So definitely something wrong. You guys can sound off in the comments, but I don't believe, and I've never seen any proven data that Jay's Racing headers and a full HKS exhaust loses power in any rate. I've seen instances where it doesn't really gain much, but I've never heard it lose 20 to 25 horsepower, you know, depending on your application. So I don't think the problem is there. We are suspecting either tight valves, so we're going to do a valve adjustment, we're going to do a compression test at the same time, change the spark plugs just to take that out of the equation. That's what Derek advised, our tuner. He advised check the compression, check the valves, put a proper intake on, and then the other thing that we were debating is the clutch. Is the clutch slipping on the dyno and maybe we're not feeling it, or if the clutch is starting to slip, maybe it's accounting for that, you know, 20 horsepower loss that we're getting, you know. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna do a compression test and keep you guys informed. Stay tuned for some hopefully good news. No, this is the end of bad news. No more bad news bears, only good news Garys. Thanks, guys.
Turn the flux capacitor off. It's under the fuse panel. I know the fuel pump, but what about the flux capacitor? It's a complete contrast. Okay. Go. Huh? You're supposed to do the compression test before and after. Go ahead. piston, so after 2 or 3 it should be cooled off by there. Go ahead. Stop.
That one was only at 100.
They trying to make me cry.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah. Yeah, dude. That cylinder's bad.
Nah.
Dude.
This fucking guy with his tools.
Alright, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's so funny,
I was
James.
holding the button so it wasn't building any pressure. Go. That was a little higher than the other one.
That's the high compression. Cylinder.
It's variable compression motor.
Yeah.
When you hit VTEC, it raises the compression
Okay,
through
so-
each cylinder, so it's compression by cylinder.
Honestly, it probably needs a valve adjustment.
All right, Rockstars, so we finished up with a compression test. It was 195 to 200 across the board. I think cylinder number 4 was at 210. So really consistent across the board, so that's really good news. I'm actually really relieved that it wasn't something too detrimental with the motor. We didn't have to do a leak down or anything like that. So we're going to take care of the valve adjustment, do a fresh valve adjustment. Derek from DT is going to come over and make sure everything is up to spec. So we're going to let this continue to cool off, make sure we can check the clearances accurately, and then hopefully report some great news. Derek was able to come by, perform a full valve adjustment. Apparently, from what his findings were, they were a little bit tight. The Brian Crowder provided 006008 cam profile specifications for the valve adjustment. To my understanding, don't really work for the F20, F22C. Derek has found that sometimes the motor has trouble idling and or sometimes doesn't even run, and he's found that the OEM spec is best. So we performed a full valve adjustment to OEM spec. Everything is now perfectly dialed in. We should have some time tomorrow to put it back on the dyno. So hopefully this fixes all of our problems. Stay tuned.
Yep.
Dang, already better.
Where's it at?
Like 210, 215. Should we go for it? Yeah, you're like 250. So you figure if you warm it up and drive it, it'll probably go up like to 230. Because he was consistently what, like a 180, 190?
It's like 190, 200.
Yeah, though.
So this is his high compression cylinder. This is his VTEC cylinder.
Okay, go for it. 230. Oh, number 4. Number 4 is a stud.
So 230.
Track star.
What was the numbers overall?
It was 215, 215,
20 and 230.
230.
Yeah.
So see, I told you valve adjustment would probably. And then now if you drive it and we were to do this, which we're not going to do again, but if we did it, it'll show more.